Yeah, those St. Ricketts. I love it. I love it so much, and I haven't heard it in weeks because of technical difficulties and bullshit. Let it play out just a little bit longer in the background. Let's pause it. Let's stop it right there. So I don't even know what it is. What is this? What are we doing here tonight?
That was abrupt.
Jesus H. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday night, and we are back 100% live for another brand new episode of The Yo Show.
Yo.
I am Jeff the Shark Perini. Jewel Tatey already with her fan club in the house. Austin Wood from Horror Night Podcast. My lovely Jewel.
Hi, Austin.
Great to see you. Bear Reigns in the house. Yo, what is up, dude? I got to tell you, Jewel Tatey, I don't know what the internet gods have against me. Couple weeks, technical difficulties. Tonight, laptop craps out on me. Is it like a Tuesday night jinx? It's Wednesday night this crap works.
What? You have problems tonight too? That's a lot.
My internet is off and on, acting weird. And
well, I think Mercury's in retrograde, so that's
definitely what I was thinking. Not only that, but I think I just lost half my headphone. I heard you in both. Now I only hear you in one. This is just a fantastic
lovely.
So, yeah. How the hell's everybody doing? It's been like a month, hasn't it?
It's something like that. At least a couple weeks.
So, Bear welcomes back Jewel Tatey. Jay Miller, whoever that is, gives Jewel the lovey eyes. Good evening. I agree. So, for all you who don't know, this is The Yo Show. I'm your host, Jeff the Shark Perini. With me, as always, the co-hostess with the mostest, the sister from another mister, and goddamn in red tonight. Stunning. I said, the Italian people in red, you know what it's all about.
Good Lord.
Jewel Tatey.
I guess
Jewel,
so.
Good evening.
Good evening, Jeff. How are we doing tonight?
We're doing fantastic. I can only hear you out of one ear. I want to have the other ear. It's not working.
Speak up.
You know what? I got to fix my microphone. Speaking of speak up, thank you. I forgot I got to fix.
I guess I have to speak up, right? I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. It's definitely the headset.
Now you sound off. This is.
I sound off now?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. All right, hold on a second.
You're good. You're good. Stop messing with stuff because that's leads to nowhere good.
Man. Hi. How the hell is everybody doing?
You're fine. Keep it like that.
Okay. Don't talk about technical things. Because the last time I left the echo on, Brian Snow said I sounded too soft.
Oh.
Like this big mouth can sound soft.
Mm.
Anyway, we do this little thing here Tuesday nights, me and Jewel. We call it the Yo Show. It's getting messier every week. Tonight, Jewel, we have an outstanding guest. What the hell? We have officially derailed. Anyway, our very special guest tonight, Sister Act Country Music, the absolutely lovely Wildfire. Will be with us tonight. Yes!
Hence the red.
What's that?
Hence the red.
I am stoked for some Wildfire. I love them. Not in the weird way that Austin Wood loves them. Even though I love you, Austin. So, Jewel, seriously, it's been what, like 3 years since we've been on? How the hell you doing?
I know. I don't even know what day it is, but
right?
I'm happy to be back for sure.
Be right back going to share you. Yikes.
Oh. Yeah, I had to share it too. It didn't show up on my page, so I just
keep your pants on, bro.
Shared it myself.
I don't know what the hell's going on. I hear out of one speaker ear. But, however, if I could be serious for, 8 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October, of course. I got my shirt on, my pink. Tough guys wear pink for my wife, Cassie. So this goes out to Cassie tonight. Also, Jewel's sister, of course, as you know, is a survivor. And to all the women out there fighting the good fight, keep kicking ass.
And my mom. My mom beat it.
Your mom beat it?
Mm-hmm.
So keep fighting the fight. You will beat it, and there's tons of support behind you. And make sure that you support breast cancer awareness. Very, very important to take care of our women out there. There are moms. There are wives. There are sisters. There are sisters from other misters.
Yeah, and there's so many ways to donate this month. Just look around. You can go into any food store. Of course, we have Cassie's Big Benefit at the end of the month. So, yeah, I mean, just give what you can. Everything helps. And, it's come a long way, just even in the past couple of years. So, everything helps. And, yeah, strong women and men. Men can
Men,
get it too.
I do.
Yep.
Men
Mhm.
do get it as well. And don't forget, like Jewel mentioned, it's carve out some time for Cassie's Booby Bash costume party, October 30th, 2021, 7 to 11 p.m. at Madger's Ballroom, Southampton, PA. You can get tickets, of course, now from Eventbrite. And for those of you who are close to us or friends and fans of the show and just want to meet the poor woman married to this disaster, come check it out.
Who wouldn't? Because he's a
Dude,
ball.
I got to tell you, my headphones sound like shit tonight.
Can you hear me though? Is it too
I
low?
can hear you. No, I can hear you.
Okay.
That's not the problem. I only get one ear, and I can hear myself reflecting in my own. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so we're back and we're ready. So I don't even know what we're doing. I forget how to do this. Oh yeah, top 5 list. I have nobody to thank. We have to apologize to Chris Timbers for last week's
Yes.
disaster,
Right.
who was backstage waiting for me as I'm screaming in the.
He heard all the curses.
He sure did. So our apologies to Chris Timbers. We love you, Chris Timbers. Big thanks to last Wednesday. And I know we do Yo 2.0 on Wednesdays without Jewel at the moment for her schedule. But she also does help me get some of these guests. And a huge thanks to last week's guest, Saul Paul. I don't know if you caught the show, Jewel. I don't know if you caught his freestyle Yo Show song. He was outstanding. Just great stuff.
That's amazing. And that's what we've been asking for, someone to incorporate us into a song.
It was awesome. And I know it's tough to watch the replay, but if you can, check it out. Yo 2.0, Saul Paul. Get like near the end of his interview, he freestyles. We give him a bunch of words. I give him Yo Show. We give him some things to say. He puts it in the song. Somehow he managed to get supercalifragilisticexpialidocious in the song. I don't know how.
Whoa.
It was awesome. I was proud of him. I was proud of myself for coming up with that.
Very cool.
So thank you to Saul Paul. And lots of great guests coming up. Trust me, we're going to get everything straightened out eventually, and it's going to be great again.
One
You
of
know,
these
it's always
days.
great. I'm going to come right down and tell you, before we do the top 5 list, you definitely have become part of my life, and so are the viewers, and it's all like a big family. So the last couple of Tuesdays, I have been miserable between getting here late, losing a guest, technical difficulties the Wednesday before I had a meeting, so it kind of sucks. And, it's fun here. I like hanging out with people, and everybody says, like, oh, what's going on and everything, all right? And, I told him about the issue with me and Joel had this huge blowout, and we weren't talking to each other for months. And she wrote a nasty letter to my wife and said, "I hate your husband." It was really wild. But here we are.
Words were said, fists were thrown. It got ugly, but we're here now. So
We are. It always gets ugly here on the Yo Show. So I know you had a rough day. I know I had a rough day. I'm making the best of it. It is October. It's hoodie season. It's big clothes season. It's
long
almost hot.
sleeve. Well, it was humid today. It was still like gross. So
little
I'm
bit.
waiting for actual hoodie weather.
We're not quite there. We're getting close, though.
Yeah.
We're
Hopefully. this
inching
weekend.
closer. As you know, what else is inching closer, Jewel Tatey, is the Yo Show Halloween broadcast. And I did something awesome. I talked to Jewel about maybe doing Wednesday, and Wednesday's still tough for her right now. So Tuesday in a couple weeks, of course, that's Lydia Manson as our special guest. She promised a surprise costume. I don't even know what she's wearing. I know as you know, Jewel and I will throw a little something together as well. We love it. Halloween is coming. It is October. It's like my favorite month of the year.
I swear. Me too. Did you see Elvira has a new show on Netflix?
Yes. God, what is she, like 60 something now? How old?
60. No, she's like 80.
80? Is it really? I know
No.
her birthday just passed, and I know she's
she's definitely like 70s, right?
late 60s. I got to look it up now.
She looks great.
I need some more Elvira looking up music. Cassandra Peterson. Elvira. Just turned, let me see, 1951? Well, that's like 70.
I told you. Yeah.
Wow. Man,
She's like
hot.
701. She's a vampire.
She's a gilf.
She's awesome.
She
I
is
wanted
awesome.
wanted to dress up as Elvira last year. Maybe I'll do it this year. Well, if Lydia's not doing it.
That would be great. I don't know what Lydia's doing. She won't tell me. It's a giant surprise.
That's exciting.
And I said to her, I said, no offense, I know I booked you. I said, but I said, Jewel and I, Halloween is our night. She's like, you say the night. So I'm like, the Tuesday before. And she said, excuse me, done. Whew, my God. I'm horrible tonight. Speaking of people who aren't horrible, people who are awesome, Mr. Andrew James Blinder in house said, Jewel, hey, Jeff, should match you one day. Love you guys. Yeah, man. And we're, like I said, come back on. Let me know that schedule.
Yes, anytime, Andrew.
You got so much going on, dude.
Yeah.
Like I watch your Facebook, and you're busy. I see you, doing these pictures with your arm around two chicks. Like, come on, man. I need to live vicariously through my man Andrew.
Yeah, he definitely has all these projects going on. So yeah, anytime. You are welcome.
Absolutely. All the great people are coming firing out. There's Bear Reigns again. Be right back. Going to share you. We appreciate it. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of greats, the one and only Mr. Natchus is in the house this evening.
Natchus!
Hey, man, what's up? Thanks for... he peeks in on Wednesdays. Tuesdays is his night, but he peeks in on Wednesdays. We appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah, it feels so weird just watching the show without me on it. So, 2.0 is fun now.
It does get a little bit obnoxious. But like one of these nights, like I know I've had Angela on a lot because
it's good. You just get it out of your system Wednesday, so
right?
You can be composed when I'm here. It's all good.
I tell her, I said, this is the stuff that Jewel prefers I not do, and she's more than enough of a good sport about it. She said there has to be a night where all of us either take the stage here together or we hang out. I tried to arrange a few weeks ago that night at Huonville. Not only were you sick, but Angela didn't make it. She was so it kind of fell apart. But these things are gonna happen. He just invited Laura Cheadle. I love Laura Cheadle. She was terrific, sang for us and everything on the episode. So it is weird sitting here and not looking at Jewel. It is.
Well,
I know. Speaking of which, tomorrow night we are doing Yo 2.0 again. And amazing, Jewel for the third time will miss out on an appearance by Mark Zamaro.
Wait. I think we have our wires crossed again, Jeff. We're gonna have
Mark's gonna be the guest co-host, and then we have
that's awesome. I didn't know that.
He's gonna guest co-host and do his hockey preview. And I know we didn't cross. David Rosenberg will be our guest. Yeah. Man.
That's going to kill me.
Hey, you know what it is? We have great PR people, and we thank you all. And if you tune in at any point, we thank you. And we apologize because Jewel and I, we work so hard during the day, but we also work very hard trying to get this together. And Jewel said, I have somebody scheduled for tonight. I'm like, yeah, so do I. Wildfire. She's like, what? So, we last minute. But you have been amazing. I appreciate your patience through all this. And the viewers know it's getting tough. I didn't realize, what a full-time job, a show, and a brewery are going to mean to me. Just an absolute disaster. So,
no, it is like full-time for you anymore. But that's the dream.
This is the dream. Yeah, full-time nonsense. This is the dream right here. I love this. Make us famous, as I say on Facebook. When you want to watch this or listen to this from 8 to 12 drive time, Sirius Radio? Right?
Oh, yeah. People just want to wake up to this.
I know a lot of our audience want to wake up to you, Jewel. Not so much to me.
Oh, my God. You know what? I listen to morning talk radio, and I have to turn it off half the time because it's that bad. And I drive my daughter on the back. No, it's bad. Like, they say bad things. I'm like, I cannot keep this on. And even though I want to listen, and half of it's news, so it's just horrible, but they should put us on. I think we would do a good job. We can talk pastries and morning and traffic and sports and all that good stuff. Entertainment. Come on now.
We never say anything obnoxious here.
Never mess up and scrap entire episodes.
Exactly.
Boy.
Oh my God.
That's what censors are for.
Yes, and God knows we need them. Let's do a top 5 list. We've done top 5 female-led bands, but tonight we're going to do just flat out top female bands in honor of
my girls, because I'm did my best, but
I was going to do best siblings. Like, wait, we just did best siblings. Like,
best
run that.
duos or like country women. I was thinking of that, but then there's like too many. I don't know. So
it's top female bands. Notice the pink
bands. Okay.
bands.
Okay. Yeah, I should have wore pink. You never give me the memo. I just am into these colors. I guess I should have known.
I tell you what, for somebody who gets such few memos, you do a fantastic job. Your host sucks, but you're a terrific co-host. That's why I get emails constantly like, "Hey, is Jewel considering leaving the show?" And I'm like, probably every day of her life. But you breathe heavily. You laser eyes of I'm going to kill you. Number 5, female band, the one and only Vixen. I like me some Vixen. I like big-haired women in tight leather as well. There, I said it. Getting it out of my system. Number 4, the Bengals. I'm a Bengals fan. I'm a Susanna Hoffs fan. Susanna Hoffs, PR person, has gratefully tap danced around us 5 times. Text me next week, message me the following week, message me next month. Susanna's going to be ready. 5 times, 5 strikeouts. Still love the Bengals, number 4.
I know. Sometimes you just have to keep at it. Even though you get really excited for people, and it's like, oh my God, this is a done deal. And then it falls through. And
yeah, because he was like, hey, this sounds like a possibility. James Cox in the house. Another great podcast man. James Cox. How you doing, dude? Thanks for tuning in. It's been a while. Got great musical guests for you tonight. Somebody you're going to enjoy. The girl from Wildfire, of course. They'll be with us shortly, around 8:30, unless they watch beforehand. Like, I'm not doing this. Number 3 is the Go-Go's. Of course, the great Belinda Carlisle. Number 2, the heavy metal women from Kitty. Love me some Kitty. And number 1 is, of course, Lita Ford, Joan Jett, Sherry Curry, and the Runaways.
It's still your number 1.
I love me some Runaways. Even with
another person who tried and tried and tried.
Despite Lita Ford, a 2-time member of the show who got up to 829 and, we have a problem.
I mean, things happen.
Jewel Tatey, who is currently considering a career change. You're
I go minute by minute here. Number 5, Lily and Madeline. They're so cute. They're a cute duo, indie duo, and I recently discovered them, but they're very cute. I love them. Number 4, Fanagram.
I love Fanagram.
They do have men in their band, but come on. I mean, she's a rock star and she leads it. So let's go. Number 3, my girl, Jennifer Pegg. There's also men in the band, but Vita and the Wolf. I don't know what's going on with them, but I'm just hoping and praying at least Jen comes out with new music because I just have to hear those pipes forever. She's just an amazing, amazing vocalist. Number 2, I really, really hope they don't sell out before I get tickets, but Shen and the Clams. Shannon Shaw. She's going to be, where are they going to be? I don't think it's the Barbary. What's the other one? Oh, Union Transfer on the 23rd. And if I don't see this woman live and her powerful, powerful voice, I'm going to cry because I missed her like twice coming to Philly. So hopefully I get there this month. And number 1, my all-time favorite bands, but Beth Gibbons and Portishead. I can't talk tonight, but Portishead, they're probably on all my lists, but Beth Gibbons is so beautifully haunting, and I love her voice. Love the band. Check them out.
They're on a lot of your list, and it's really cool. You have such a variety of artists, bands, local, nationwide, you pick out, which is always great. And, my top 5 of them are cookie cut, a little more conventional, and yours are always so creative, and I do love that. And it's one of the things that we started way back when with Jewel and her local sound and her eclectic taste and her just all over the board, and I think it's really cool. She laughed when I said eclectic taste. I probably blew it. Probably means something totally different.
No, anyway, I say that all the time. That's why I laughed, because I say that.
Thank you very much. Let's rehash. My number 5, Vixen. Number 4, the Bengals. Number 3, the Go-Go's. Number 2, Kitty. And number 1, Joan Jett, Sherry Curry, and the Runaways.
Did you see that movie? That was such a good movie with
I have not
Kristen
seen
Stewart. Oh, man. And Dakota Fanning. Sherry
do
Curry.
know, I do know I got to take this light out of my face because I'm now currently seeing purple. Wow, that's like haunting. There we
That's
go.
no good.
Yeah, like really can't see now. Back to Jules' list. Lily and Madeline. They're so cute. I love them. I don't know. I have no idea who they are. Number 4, Fanagram. I also enjoy Fanagram. Number 4, the amazing Jen Peg, friend of the show, Vita and the Wolf. Number 2, Shannon and the Clams. And number 1, of course, Portishead. Wouldn't be a Jewel Teddy list without Lana, Portishead, or Eminem.
Or Bruce.
Or Bruce. Speaking of
Brucey.
which, Jewel Teddy, Eminem, and friends doing the Super Bowl. Hit us with it.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Yo, that's already like the best show. Well, I don't know. I love The Weeknd, and then there was like J-Lo and Shakira. They've had some good ones, but Eminem, Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, who else? There's
Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg,
Snoop.
Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and the one guy whose name I always forget. I'm not a big Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Kendrick's friends with Dre and Eminem. Like Dre signed Kendrick. So yeah, that makes sense. And there's so many songs that they can all do combined. So very exciting. Did you see he opened his little stand in Detroit and then he was like serving people? I would have
Yeah,
died.
it's pretty cool. That's good stuff.
Yeah, he's in the news lately. So I'm glad he's back.
Jewel Teddy might be watching the Super Bowl this year.
I always watch, especially the halftime show.
Halftime show this year with Eminem.
Yeah.
And coming next year to the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen, we have our own Yo Show Super Bowl. It's going to be Saul Paul and Chris Timbers and Sarah Chaffee, whose picture got stuck. There it is. And
Wildfire.
yeah, Margarina Monet. And,
Effective Rain.
Affected Rain, Wildfire, Britney Spears with her butt hanging out.
Oh my.
Femmes of Rock.
You're
Yeah, we got
supposed
one.
to just cool it for a while. Not until 9 o'clock, mister.
That's right. We have to be here. We have young ladies coming on the show. Classy young ladies.
And you just showed butt, so
I did show butt.
it's fine.
Not my butt, ladies.
I get censored. It's fine.
Right. Here we go. We're getting censored. Something got censored the other night. I forget what it was.
No.
I think it was on 2.0. It's something that Bear said. It said something like really vulgar, and it got like.
Oh, the comments always get censored. I'm used to that.
Well, the censored.
Nasty people.
Some of the comments are
I love
brutal.
you all.
Chris Ball, hey yo, what is up, Chris? Chris really discovered how fun it is to comment the other night, and dude, welcome again.
We're interactive here.
We
Feel
are
free.
interactive. We're intergalactic and planetary.
Terry.
I saw Maria Daniels sneak in with her heart. Hello, Maria. Don't think I didn't catch you. I caught you. I love Maria Daniels. She is like my what's that word?
The inspiration.
I don't know.
You fill me up.
She's like my, I don't know. Anyway, let's play some music. So tonight's guest is Wildfire. And it's either me and Jewel sing or Wildfire sing. So let's play a song from Wildfire. Trust me.
Way better.
Wow, way better than Wildfire. The song's called 17.
No, I meant they're way better.
Oh, they are
now.
way better. Now, this isn't the 17 like, who's that guy? Winger. This is like a nice, wholesome 17 song by tonight's special guest, Wildfire. So we're going to play it right here on the Yo Show. Can't guarantee it's going to sound because I don't know what I did with the microphone. I think I screwed it up tonight. But anyway, tonight's guest, Wildfire, was 17. They're going to be joining us in about 5 minutes. I hope the song ends before they come on in case the audio is bad. And like, oh my God. Anyway, here it comes. Wildfire, 17, right here on the Yo Show. We'll be back shortly.
Apparently, I'm 17. Got no clue about what that means. I might cut my hair and dye it pink. What would it matter? I'm 17. Apparently, I'm supposed to be living wild like a dancing queen. I guess the movies lie to me about what matters when you're 17. I swear I know who I am, but then by the morning I'm a stranger again. I'm scared that life's in my head if I get the chance. Don't give me the chance. Don't give me the chance. Everybody needs to know what I'll be doing 10 years down the road. I don't know what I want, but I know what I don't. A 9 to 5 in a suburban home. I swear I know who I am, but then by the morning I'm a stranger again. I'm scared that life's in my hands, and I'm gonna drop it if I get the chance. Don't give me the chance. Give me the chance. Give me. 'Cause apparently I'm 17. Got no clue about what that means, but can't be scary as it seems. 'Cause I'll look back someday and see that nothing matters when you're 17. I swear I know who I am, but then by the morning I'm a stranger again. I'm scared that life's in my hands, and I'm gonna drop it if I get the chance. Don't give me the chance. Don't give me the chance. Don't give me the chance.
All right. That was 17 by Wildfire. Good stuff.
Oh, that was muted. Oh my god, they're so cute. Yeah, I'm so excited for them to be on.
Likewise.
Yeah, I'm gonna message them.
Yeah, I unfortunately, I don't know what we did here. We crossed signals with the night, and we end up with 2 guests, and one's already backstage. So we apologize to Kate Shutt. We actually think we aligned the wrong date with. So, if Kate, if you can still hear me, we did send out a memo to the PR poop.
I'm gonna send that now.
Okay.
I mean, I sent one earlier, but I'm gonna let her know.
Okay. We will wait for Joel Teddy to return here to the area. It's okay. It's all good. It's my disaster as well. We listen, that daytime activity makes us double and triple book, so we may have screwed up a little bit here. Our apologies. Where's my babes? Not here yet, Austin. You relax yourself. Just watch the show and enjoy. So yeah, that's a good idea. Like if we don't get Wildfire, you got me and Joel sing. Oh, how good that is! I can almost promise you that's not what you want. Yeah, this does not look like 17. This looks like 50.
Okay.
Thank you for that, my man Steve Giordano in the house. 17
sent
looks a
that.
lot different. I appreciate that.
We're really sorry. Yeah, we We do our best to line them up. And I hope she got that. I sent it to her Facebook because I didn't have the email.
Understood. Yeah, because I had thought that we rearranged. My fault as well. So my apologies as always. We, sometimes we double book our dates and guests, and so we screwed up a little bit this evening. That's what happens when you spend a few weeks away with technical difficulties and busy schedule. So we apologize to the listeners as well.
All right. I hope she got that. I don't see
Okay.
it work.
All right, we'll see if that works. Because we. Oh, we could always do it here. So I've got like my internet is jumping all over the place. I've got like a million different antivirus things popping up. What's going on here with the internet land?
I'm telling you,
It's a disaster, I tell you.
electronics are freaking out.
Yeah, far and wide. So I believe we have Kayla. Kayla, are you with us? Did you make
Yes.
contact? Oh, you did. Okay. We don't have video, but we have your audio, which is just as good. How you doing?
Okay.
All right. Thanks for joining us. I don't know. We're having all kind of internet situations this evening. But we're glad you're able to join us here tonight. Kayla, of course, from the band Wildfire.
Is it does it say allow video? Maybe that will work on your StreamYard.
We did, yeah. We allowed the video. I don't know why it's not showing. When I go to the cam and mic, it says on.
Okay.
All right, let's try some real quick here on our end. No.
Yeah, and then it says everyone can see and hear you. So I'm not quite sure.
Not everyone. We can't. That's okay. We'll make do, though. I want to thank you for joining us, of course. So, of course, Wildfire is the band. Two sisters. You're both here, I assume.
Yes, we are both here.
Okay.
Hello.
You're getting some praise. A lot of fans like the music. Really good stuff. We just played the song 17. Tell us a little bit about that song and what it's about and the creative process behind that song.
Yeah, so we actually wrote 17 back when Kayla, turned 17. We wrote it with one of our favorite co-writers, Annika Bennett. And it's just about being your last year as, a minor. And, next year you have all these responsibilities that you're going to be taking on and kind of like your last year of freedom. So we just highlight that and everyone kind of expecting you to have a future plan set in place and you may not. So that's kind of what we discuss in the song.
Very cool. And how did you guys going back get your start? Did you always love music and want to make it together?
Yeah, we started doing music. We did dance, musical theater since I was about 3, Kayla was about 5 years old, and we started singing at ages like 6 and 8, and we've just loved performing since then. And when we did the Rodeo Rockstar show for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo in like 2016, our vocal teacher paired us together, and we've been a duo ever since then.
That's very cool. Is there always like is there like a family of music? Like, is your whole family been in music and inspiration?
Yeah, our mom did dance and drill team all throughout her childhood and youth. And our dad, dabbled in sports, but he always had a huge love for music. And he's been playing guitar and singing since he was 16. And he even had his own band named Life is Hard for a while. So we've kind of been in the arts, industry our entire lives, submerged into it.
Very cool. And where did like the love of country come about? Did you ever think about Broadway since you had the dance background?
Yeah, we thought about Broadway a lot when we were little because I guess littler, a little bit younger, but the musical theater kind of influenced the love of Broadway, and we used to do shows and we used to perform for people, kind of just like a mock Broadway, and we always loved that aspect, but we kind of enjoyed the music aspect of it more and kind of drifted away from musical theater and just discovered pop country and country in general, and we grew up listening to the genre of country and all that, so we just really loved it, and that was kind of the first genre we dabbled in.
Do you like old country, new country? Give us some names. Who are your favorites then and now?
My favorite country artist, I don't know a lot of old country, but I used to listen to Darius Rucker a lot growing up. I also love Blake Shelton, Carrie Underwood, Kelly Clarkson, like when we were super little, and now it's more so like Casey Musgraves, Maren Morris, even though they're switching into more pop era, but
Yeah, Kelsey, all the
Casey, Kelsey Ballerini.
Very cool. And have you done any? Have you been to Nashville? Have you tried the waters there, or are you sticking to Texas for now?
Yeah, we love Texas, and we've grown up here since we were little. Ever since we were born, even, and it's a great state to live in. But we've been to Nashville many times. We travel there quite frequently, and we actually love the feeling of it. We love the atmosphere, and I don't know our plans for moving there yet because, Kayla just started college. I'm still Kelly in high school, so there's a lot to think about over the next couple years, but we're just taking it day by day.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens when you're 17. You got time to figure it out.
Right?
Yes.
That's great stuff. So you recently performed at the Ramblin' Roads Music Festival, a great 3-day festival down there in Texas. Tell us something about the live performances, what kind of feeling you get performing live, and a little something about that festival.
Yeah, so we just actually performed there this past weekend. It was so much fun. We played the after party, so it was really cool. Everyone, after a long day of music, just kind of getting together and, having a really fun time. Some of the artists there, as well as, people who kind of just came to listen to the music. So it was a really, really great experience. And we really enjoyed playing at the Arlington Music Hall location.
And how was the crowd and everything? Was it overwhelming or?
Yeah, there was a lot of people who attended the festival throughout the 3-day period. We played on the second day, so I feel like it was the most populated. And we did play like later. I think our performance ended at like 1 a.m. So
Oh wow!
it was a pretty late gig, but it was a ton of fun.
Do you get to like wind down after a show like that, or are you just amped and you're up all night? Because we hear after you get off stage, it's like you get that adrenaline rush and you just can't calm down.
Yeah, I think after performances, it just depends every single time. We were in Arlington, so we did want to go to like TCU and see like the nightlife. It went in like the middle of the night when we got off this gig, but it was already really late and we were like an hour from the university. But we also like went to IHOP and we just kind of like do whatever we feel like doing, or like go downtown and like wander around. We think it's really fun. So, and then we wind down about like 3 a.m. probably.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Okay. So being like still in high school and starting in college, do people look at you as like, just regular girls, or are you like, hey, there's those musicians? Like, what's it like being a teenager and also having like some fame to go out and perform?
I've been I've been going in this duo since 2016 when I was in middle school. Like I was so young. And I think like I've grown up with the same people since elementary school, so they all knew me before I started singing and like when I did dance and like all throughout my life, and no one like really had a significant reaction to it. Like people that just meet me for the first time and see like my Instagram following are like, how do you have 20K? Or like for Kayla, she even has like way more. But I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of a mix of both. People that have known us, like Kelly's saying, don't really think anything of it, and then maybe some new people are like kind of surprised at first, but just get used to it. So there's not really like a huge shock factor.
Yeah. Well, yeah. whoa, I can't talk. Your vlogs are so cute, and I enjoy vlogs very much. I like seeing the behind the scenes, and you also did like the fall menu at Dunkin'. Like, do people find your vlogs because of the popularity and then discover your music, or do you feel like it's the other way around?
So I think that it's the other way around. I think a lot of people find our videos on YouTube and then kind of realize we do music and start
Okay.
following from there, or they see us like on I would say like older people usually see us on Facebook and then go watch the vlog. So it's like opposite, older people versus younger people.
Yeah, Facebook is the old people hangout. It's
Wow.
where we hang. It is. It's true. But yeah, you guys have TikTok, and what do you think of like TikTok and incorporating your music? Like, how has that helped, or does any part of it get challenging, like having to keep up with all these new apps and everything?
I think
Yeah.
that social media becomes very overwhelming, and it's a lot, but it's also a great place to share your story and really grow your brand. But I do think it gets overwhelming, and I think it's important to, like, going to school for me, like going to normal high school helps me distinguish, like, this is social media, this is real life. Like, take a step back from the phone, take a step back from all the craziness, and it's really nice. And I think you just need people or things or experiences in your life that like humble you and like get you back to like, this is the ground, you know?
Yeah, and as far as like creating content on the platforms, the TikTok, so I do take my own TikTok, and then we do the Wildfire one. The hardest part I would say is just getting us both together to like actually film stuff, because we just have very, very busy schedules. We're doing really
Very different lives.
different. So I would say like that's the hardest part of any content, really.
Is that the same with music? Do you find it hard now to like meet up and write or record or anything like that?
That does come a lot more naturally for us. We both like that's what we're most passionate about. Whereas content sometimes does feel like maybe we need to do this, we need to keep up. But like the music just comes so naturally, like the writing, the recording. So that has never like been a struggle between the two of us.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which one of you would say is the driving force? I'm gonna put you both right on the spot here. Which one is the power source of the band?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I think we are both different ways, maybe.
Yeah, because Kayla likes to really like get things done, and I'm kind of more of a spontaneous kind of girl. I like to just fly by the seat of my pants, but I really bring a lot of energy because Kayla's like a very introverted, like calm person. I'm exactly the opposite.
Yeah, so I think we both complement each other, and then that just filters into like things that we're doing, like performances. Kelly always just brings everything. She's carefree, but when it gets to being on stage, like she just is very prepared, and obviously I am, and I just feed off of her energy. So I really do feel like we're complements to one another.
Awesome. Do you does it help having confidence and composure on stage, knowing like your sister's right there? Does it help to be
I think
family
it does.
bond?
Growing up, like we saved each other, probably like we felt like protectors of each other.
Yeah.
And with your family, it's a lot. And I feel like even with your friends, like you feel safer in general. So I do think it helps being like, okay, like I can just answer that. Like I'm not comfortable right now.
Yeah, or like if you maybe forget a lyric, like the other one will know it. Stuff like that. It's always nice to have someone that has your back.
Yeah.
We try to have each other's back here. We mess up a lot, so we definitely try.
Like tonight. Yeah, it's all good. I have to have that support. But yeah, well, we saw a couple of your covers too, Shania Twain and Fleetwood Mac. What would you say? Both of you can have different answers. But what's your favorite cover to perform?
I would say the Miranda Lambert Mama's Broken Heart.
Oh, that's so fun. Yeah. I would say Landslide by Fleetwood Mac or
Very well.
what Kayla said.
Mama's Broken Heart. Yeah. We haven't posted we have posted a Landslide cover, but we actually haven't posted the Mama's Broken Heart yet. We'll probably do that soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I love watching covers, and yeah, yours are so good. It's fun to do.
So what's next as far as live events? You've thought about taking the road? Anybody lining something up for you to maybe hit the road? I mean, we're all the way up here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, so seeing great Texas acts very difficult.
Yeah, for sure. Well, right now we've been performing a lot in Texas, all over Texas. Really, things are really starting to pick up again. So that's what we've been mostly doing. But any opportunity that presents itself to maybe tour nationally, we would definitely be open to. So, but lots of shows coming up in Texas.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. It's great to see shows back of any nature. I mean, it's been brutal. Like we're concert goers, what we do, and we bring a lot of musicians here. It's what we love. So to have it back definitely is great. I'm sure you're excited to have it back as well.
Very.
I know. I just had a local music fest in my town this weekend, and it was so weird, but I was so happy, and everyone was so relieved that music is back. So yeah, we wish you nothing but success on the road and everything. So can we talk about Phases as the album? Can we talk a little about the
Yeah, of
creative
course.
process?
Yes, for sure. So Phases was a really interesting album for us to make. We were at a very crazy point in our life. I mean, growing up, turning, from being a teen to an adult and everything. Kelly's not there yet, but I feel like we drew from a lot of that experience of just like really making that huge life change. And, Phases, as obvious as it may sound, is just about us going through different phases in our lives. And a lot of these songs that we had written just really represented that and embodied that. So we decided to make an entire album out of it. And we are just so happy that so many people have really loved it, and that we've got to personalize so many copies of it and send it to people to keep in their homes and everything, and just really have that with them, because I think a lot of people can align with these phases that we have went through as well.
That's exciting. And what about like making music videos? Are you passionate about that? Is it hard to get the ideas just quite right, like the treatments and everything?
Yeah, I mean, we've been making music videos. Usually we just like have a director, so that's not the creative process. We do have like a lot of input in it, but when it comes to like different cameraing, obviously all of that type of creative stuff is the directors. But I love coming up with music video ideas. I think it's a lot of fun. We love filming them, and we plan to do a lot more in the future.
Very cool.
That sounds great. Now, of course, everybody knows from social media, of course, the price of fame. Britney Spears, of course, comes to mind. Do you guys want to be that big? Do you think you can handle that kind of huge success and the media always after you? You kind of liking it how it is now? Kind of assess your future potential popularity and what it would mean to you.
Yeah, I don't think that that's something anyone wants. I think that we want to share our music with the world, and want as many people that need to hear it, and I think that's a great thing to do. But I also think like being famous sounds absolutely horrendous at sometimes. It's great to have people supporting you and have all these loving people around you, but like we've seen it in documentaries like Miss Americana by Taylor Swift, like Selena Gomez has gone through, so like we've seen it with all these superstars, and it seems like incredibly terrifying.
Yeah, so for us, that just, I don't know. I'm not
into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it seems like with social media, like Britney came up in a day where you had to be out there, you know what I mean? But social media creates this way to get everywhere and interactively without actually physically being with people. So I mean that
Yeah.
part's nice, but there's nothing like performing, I'm assuming. So yeah, I mean it's a different world, I would say. But yeah, it's good that musicians, like young musicians like yourself, know the dangers of like where that could lead and all that. So
Of
I mean,
course.
if anything, it's lessons learned that we can take from that.
Yes, definitely.
I would like to be that famous for a day,
Yeah, we know you would, Jeff.
just for a day. So more albums, more music. What's next on the horizon? Do you is it constantly writing? Are you constantly creating, or you take a little time out? What's next on your agenda?
Oh yeah, we are constantly writing. We have like a lot of new changes coming that I'm excited and interested for people to kind of react to and see. We're so young, so things like this changes, is bound to happen. So we're very, very excited. Like for the next few chapters, we write constantly. We're always creating new ideas and recording. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot to unpack, and there's a lot coming.
We're all excited for it. We're waiting.
Absolutely outstanding. The country music community, especially in Texas, where country music is big in Texas, Nashville, mostly down south. Would you say community or competition?
In Texas.
Oh yeah,
I
mostly in Texas.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a community. I don't really sense a lot of competition. I think people are really just far too focused on themselves, kind of to care too much about what you're doing in terms of artists and stuff. At least I know we are. I just hope everyone's successful. I think we both do personally. So I would just say community for sure. I don't like the kind of competition and all of that kind of stuff. We're just here for a good time.
That's the best way to be.
Yeah.
We come from the city of brotherly love and everyone supports everyone. And there's this whole big collective here, which is nice. Like we'll have on guests and they'll know each other. Like past guests will come on, like I know him. So yeah, that's best to just keep your nose to the grindstone and keep making great music and not really worry about it. But hey, if you want to help each other out, then all the more power to you. I'm for it.
And bring that country sound up to Philly, because God knows we need it.
Yeah, of course.
We're big fans, and the beauty of social media, and it's funny because a lot of people they ask me, how do you find these bands? How do you find these guests? And basically through the magic of social media, like it'll come up on my Facebook, like suggested for you. Next thing you know, I'm like, all right, I like the sound, I like the look, the personality is great. You girls have like a great positive energy. And then I message, and we go from there, and we end up bringing you on, and we have our audience learn you. Hundreds, thousands of people tune in. I put music on my phone all the time, constantly from our guests, so it's a great thing. And as much as social media could do some harm, it also is a great outlet to meet great new people.
Yeah, of course, of course. I mean, social media is just, it's amazing, in my opinion. I mean, I think that there's very toxic sides to it, and it's all about, your perception and who you follow and what you choose to consume. But it can be a very, very positive space. So we're really, really grateful for social media.
And you
Yeah,
both have good heads on your shoulders, so you're
Yes.
using it the right way.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You have very big followings, and hopefully everybody that follows you on social media behaves themselves, because we hear horror stories. God forbid. Take it easy on the girls, would you? Take it
I'd
easy
like
on.
to say they do, but unfortunately not. I think most people deal with that though, and we've definitely gotten used to it. So
I got you. We had a cello player on a few weeks ago, a very attractive woman, and she said the things that men say and send her on social media, like you would not imagine that somebody trying to make a career as an artist would put up with such nonsense. So I apologize on behalf of most of the world.
Right, it's nice you get people just, weed out that stuff for you eventually.
Exactly.
It's all good.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I've just saw it, that I've always heard like that just comes to the territory, and we are very assertive and we don't acknowledge that kind of behavior. We block, we do all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, I do. We just know there's people like that out there, and we frankly just ignore them. So
That's the best bet. And it's tough. And people say, isn't it tough for you to just drop a message on a stranger and say, hey, come on my show? I'm like, well, no, because when they come on, it's about the art. It's about the music.
yeah,
It's all about just showing people that the great side of you and what you do. That's what we're all about here. That's what we love here.
Yeah, for sure.
So we would like to we'd like to invite you back in the future when you get some new stuff, unless you make your way up here in the meanwhile. But feel free to reach out to us here at the show, and we would love to have you guys back. Your PR firm is terrific, by the way. I was promised that when I messaged you on Facebook that they answer right away, and they do. They did an excellent job, and we couldn't be more happy to have you join us tonight. For all you who are wondering, everything is down the bottom, and check it out again, www.wildfiresings.com. You can find a lot of their music on there. Facebook at Wildfire, Instagram Wildfire Sings. Music is available on Spotify, and of course, you can check them out at YouTube as well. Check out the great videos like the one we played tonight for 17. It's absolutely fantastic. The two sisters, Kayla and Kelly, we can't thank you two enough for taking the time to come on with us.
Yeah, of
Thank
course.
you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you. We really
Absolutely.
Guys.
we'd love to come back in the future.
We'd love that. Hopefully one day we have a Sirius satellite radio station. You can come sit in there instead of trying to work through our technical difficulties.
Yeah, we'd love that.
Well, thank you
right.
so much.
Well, great. Thank you, girls, very much for coming on. Have yourselves a great evening. We'll talk to you very, very soon.
You do as well.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Bye.
Thank
care.
you. The awesome Wildfire, Kayla and Kelly Jewel Tatey, two great young ladies. And we have a great night of female music guests on our show because we accidentally kind of double booked ourselves. And we have another great act coming up shortly. Kate Shutt is backstage waiting to come on and speak with us as well. Jewel, being the great preparationist that she is, already has topics and questions available for Kate. So, Jewel, again, a terrific job, and I thank you.
Oh no, I'm so excited. Hey, this is a way to bring us back in, right?
Exactly. We took a couple weeks off, technical difficulties. We had to let some people down. Tonight, everybody is just coming to our rescue. So, with that being said, again, huge thanks to Wildfire. And now let's get to our second, but not least guest, another great artist. New York City-based jazz pop singer and songwriter, the wonderful Miss Kate Shutt. Kate, good evening.
How you guys doing?
We're doing terrific. And let me start off before we say anything. First of all, thank you for putting on the big smile. I greatly apologize for the double book. And when I seen you come on, I was trying to find a way, and Jewel was messing, asking maybe we want to switch it up. I said, well, let's see if she hangs on. We texted each other and said, if she hangs in, we'd love to have her because we love it. This is just great. A 2 for the price of 1. And our audience is ready to see as well. So how you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm in for the hang.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Totally. I
We tried to
enjoyed
go
it.
through the PR firm, but it was a little last minute and totally our fault. So you're the best. Thank you so much.
Of course. It's great to be here. Great to hear those gals singing. I loved it. It was awesome.
Good, right?
That's great. And thank you. And now, I guess the first question I'm going to ask might be an unusual question, but you've been watching us while we're backstage and watching the show. How good are we, really?
We'll dance with it.
Oh, come on. Everybody's doing the best they can. We're all doing I'm doing the best I can.
Yes.
I'm usually in bed by now. This is a little secret. I'm an early riser. So that's kind of like I was hanging and I was like, I wonder how long I should hang.
Get a power nap real quick. We appreciate it.
No, you guys are doing a great job. I mean,
thank
come
you
on.
very much.
It's the pandemic. We're all figuring it out. I mean,
that's how we ended up here. We used to do it live in the studio, and our local artists would come in. And then one day we were told no more studio. And all right, now plan B. And there's great people in this industry, like Jimmy Starr out in Hollywood, who's a legend of this type of stuff. He's like, look, I use StreamYard. You can see your co-host. You can see your guest. And I think it's amazing. I love it.
StreamYard's amazing. I've been doing some interviews with just my team, for putting out on the socials and stuff like that. And we use StreamYard. It's been great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So how did you get your start in music? What was your drive and desire? Did you grow up around music, or was it something that you knew you had in you?
Yeah, I started playing piano at age 11. I have 2 older brothers, and my parents really wanted to have a kid who played an instrument. And so I was the only one left. So I was basically forced to take piano lessons when I turned 11, which was great. And then quickly from there, I added guitar, and I pretty much always was playing a musical instrument, mostly guitar. I mean, I still play piano, but not really in public, just for myself. And I started a garage band with a friend, and truly, I mean, this was, back in the day, before anything, before internet, before anything, we just sat in a garage and played tunes and learned songs. And I always had a couple bands on the go, like an electric band and an acoustic band. And then kept that up through high school, and then went to college, and actually was not really, I was taking lessons, but I was a really serious athlete in college. I played 2 Division I sports. So I was really busy trying to play sports and do my homework. And, one day I was a women's ice hockey player.
Wow.
It was one of my sports. The other sport was women's lacrosse. And one day, I was walking down to the rink, and I was like, man, how many hours a day do I play sports? Well, let's see. By the time I walk down to the rink, changing my equipment, 2-hour practice, then lift, then, shower, then walk back up, then I eat dinner. Like, it's, 5-6 hours. I was like, what if I put like 2 of that to music? What would happen? And pretty much on the spot, I dropped out of that college and went to music school. And kind of bounced back and forth between music school and liberal arts school. And that was it. That was basically, and then from then on, I've just been playing music and writing songs.
That's amazing. One of our viewers want to know what your favorite NHL team is, and why is it the Flyers? Great question.
That's a good question. Who is that? Is that, I see the guy's name is Christopher?
Christopher Ball.
Christopher. Yes. Does Christopher know I grew up in Chadsford, Pennsylvania?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't now. Well, there you go.
You better believe it's the Flyers and the Eagles.
All right.
And actually, I played women. So obviously, back in the day, I was playing boys hockey. I was playing boys hockey because there wasn't any girls hockey, and my one of my coaches was Bob Berge from the Eagles.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, it's
So-
incredible.
That's dedication. I mean, I don't know. And even like my sisters played D1 lacrosse, and it takes up your entire life,
It's your whole life.
So that's good.
That's amazing.
I did want to ask, like, with the garage bands, was it more like rock or indie? What was your band like? What were you into?
Oh, I was
then?
well. I had, like I said, I had 2 older brothers, so I didn't really get to choose the music much. And they were listening to classic rock, so Stones, Dead, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, The Doors, all that kind of stuff. So that was like the first music I played, and it's now my music is really influenced by jazz but when I play live, like that's where it is. Like you can take the girl out of the jazz, but I mean the girl out of the classic rock, but you can't take the classic rock out of the girl.
Absolutely. You have a little bit of Joplin to you in your style. Like looking at it, a little bit of a facial. A lot more cleaned up Janis Joplin. I mean that in the most respectful of ways.
I hope I live longer than she did. I'm trying to. Going to bed at 9:00 helps. That helps.
It sure does. But also, like I gotta figure being an athlete would help keep you conditioned to perform.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, so much of my life was my entire life until I went to college, and through college, basically, was focused around practicing a sport and being conditioned, athletically. So, it's my whole life. I mean, I still work out at a really elite level, and I mean, it helps. It's I don't know any different, so that's just who I am. It's how I process the world, how I process stress, everything.
That's amazing. I wish I had half of that, because you come out here, and we always we love our guests. We get great guests here. You come out, firing the big smile. You're even standing up. Am I correct? You're not even
Yes, I'm
sitting?
standing up. Totally. Of course.
I'm
Doing
exhausted just
squats.
looking at that. I'm like, I know.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk. Bright Nowhere is the newest album. It's been called a roller coaster of emotions about loss, living, and dying.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about the overall theme. Tell us maybe some stories behind that.
Sure.
What's the process all about?
Yeah, well, this record came out in 2010. I was living in New York, doing my thing, playing lots of gigs, and my mom got diagnosed with ovarian cancer, essentially stage 4. I dropped everything and I moved back to Chadds Ford, and became her primary caregiver. I moved into a childhood bedroom. It was my oldest brother's bedroom. And put my guitar in the corner and, just had to see her through what was coming. My parents are happily married, but my dad's an old school dad. Like, he wasn't gonna quarterback this whole thing. So, and I wanted to be there for her. My mom was an incredible person and it was what I was doing. So we did that she had frontline chemo, she had a major debulking surgery, frontline chemo, etc. And that was like a year and a half. And I didn't have any energy to pick up my guitar and write. And so, but I took notes of the songs I wanted to, like, ideas,
Sure.
And finally she went into a really long remission in about a year and a half in, and I got the chance to start working on some music. Fast forward, she, came out of that remission, another second line chemo, et cetera, et cetera. Eventually my mom died 4.5 years later. I continued to write in little, like, bursts here and there, but really didn't get to like properly turn to all this music until after she was gone. And that's what became the Bright Nowhere record. I mean, really, it's a story of our time together. It's a story of how to deal with loss and grief. It's a story of, it's songs that you can share with someone who is going through something tough. Maybe they've lost someone in their life. It's like the songs function as like a key to opening up a conversation about loss and living with it.
It's pretty great. It's definitely something. We had talked and opened the show with saluting breast cancer awareness. My wife currently is battling through it.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. It's been a tough fight. She's a tough person. Been doing really well.
Good.
It's been through Jules' family, so I think checking out your music, playing it for her, and kind of giving her that support system behind it would be terrific. So I'm looking forward to more of it.
I've obviously been playing this music live, and I played it live before it was even recorded. And at the end of a show, I'd have a line out the door because there isn't a person that we meet who hasn't been affected by loss, and specifically cancer. I mean, I think the statistic is something like one in 10 people have cancer in their family, and yeah, it's a journey.
Sure.
It's a journey for sure.
As you're writing, were you doing it as a therapeutic measure, or did you think, like, as a whole, that would be the outcome? Like, it would be therapy for you and a way to deal with your grief, or were your thoughts?
It wasn't really. It was like, I actually, a lot of the songs that I wrote when my mom was still alive were songs I was writing to her, where I needed to communicate to her. So the song Bright Nowhere was the title track came out of a conversation, because my mom and I were very direct with each other. I mean, it was going to kill her. It was so aggressive and so advanced that there was no point in mincing words, frankly. So the song Bright Nowhere came out of a conversation. And I just asked my mom, like, where do you think you're going to go when you die? Do you think you're going anywhere? And we would talk about this all the time. And she, because she didn't really have an answer. And then one day she said to me, where do you think you're going to, where do you think you're going to go? And I was like, I don't really have an answer either, but I'm a songwriter. And when I don't know the answer to something, I write a song about it. So these were like songs communicating to each other in a way.
Wow.
And then the ones that I wrote after she died, those were a little more exploring my feelings around things like, the Western medical system, like, when it was very clear, like chemo and radiation and nothing else was working, like, it's just time to go home and get into hospice. And like, I love her doctors. They were an amazing team, but like, we're not doing any more of this doctor stuff.
Right.
We're going home. And, our society, our Western medical system is so about like keeping offering options. And it's just like, guys, no, it's over. We're going home. And, she went into hospice and was there for 4 months, and it was amazing. So amazing that I became a hospice volunteer after that experience. Awesome. But so that song, Victory on the Road to Defeat, was like something I needed to work out. Like, that was something I needed to work out. It never felt like therapy, though. It felt like have something to say about this topic,
Yeah, and that's great, because a lot of people will avoid it and maybe, if it's the right word, maybe candy coat it a little bit.
Yeah, this is diamond hard. This is not candy. This album is not about candy coating. This is about looking it straight in the eye.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing, and definitely something people need. Like I said, so if you're out there watching, or if you watch this from the replay and you know somebody going through any of this, check out Kate's music. Let it hit you. Feel it. Let it work for you. Let it be therapeutic in your own way. More stuff like pandemic-wise, did you become more creative? Did you just kind of shut it down for a while? I know shows stopped. Some people stopped writing. Some people said I did more writing.
Right.
How'd you make out?
For me, it was a really creative time. I mean, I was here in New York, so, in the belly of the beast for a while there. But it was super creative. I did a lot of co-writing, actually, because my friends that I wanted to co-write were finally home. They weren't on the road.
Right.
I did a lot of spending time with my dear friends that are, again, out on the road all the time. So I feel like a lot of my friendships got closer. My dad is alive, or was alive. He died just this past May. So I was spending a lot of time with him when I could, like once we all figured out how to do that.
Yeah.
Because he was still down in Pennsylvania. So, in the beginning I was just FaceTiming him. But once it became, kind of, we sorted it out. I spent a lot of time with him, and I don't know, and I was studying. I'm always studying jazz, and I have a number of teachers. So I was studying. It was like a wonderful pause where I felt like I could finally get a lot of work done, know?
And staying sharp and keeping your skills honed and ready to come back. Which is excellent.
Yeah.
And you've won some great awards too for your songwriting. John Lennon Songwriting Contest and ASCAP. How does it feel to have that level of recognition for your songwriting?
Honestly, I don't think about it, because for me personally, this is just for me, like, I'm still just as scared of the blank page as I ever was. So I don't feel like I don't even remember those things happening, really, frankly. I mean, like, I can listen to the songs that won those awards and be like, whoa, I guess I do know how to write a song. Like,
who is this girl? She's pretty good.
I mean, literally, sometimes I feel that way. I'm like, okay, I guess I do know how to write a song. But, for me, I never really spent much time there, because I'm always trying to write another one. And I feel like I'm just starting to get to a place where I'm starting to write the songs I've always been trying to write. So my biggest songwriting hero is Cole Porter. Wrote, a lot of the Great American Songbook. And so I'm always trying to write a song that sounds like a lost, like, jazz standard, like what Ella Fitzgerald or Billie Holiday would be singing if they were alive today, those kinds of songs. And I had some luck early on. I think the song I can't remember which one won the John Lennon. I think it was a song called How Much in Love. But but that was like the first time where I was like, okay, that's kind of that's in the direction I want to go in.
Yeah.
But you know, I still feel like I haven't gotten there. The new record, Bright Nowhere, is one of those songs. It sounds like that. Spring That Felt Like Fall is one of those songs. Mothers is one of those songs. But you know, I'm trying to put like a whole album together that is like 12 songs that sound like that. And like I said, it's hard to get the classic rock out of the girl.
Sure.
You know,
That's okay.
Some of
Mix
it
it up.
comes out.
It's
It's okay to mix it
Americana.
up.
Yeah.
We hear a lot from the bigger time artists like Gwen Stefani has always
Yeah.
said, Taylor Swift, like real life occurrences help make the best music.
Mhm.
Obviously, you're doing it as well. Do you think that's the best thing, or do you like some fantasy and some storytelling?
No, I'm a very realistic
That's awesome.
songwriter. Always have been. I'm really amazed by the people that can write, you know, even sort of nonsensical stuff, or
Yeah.
you know, very very impressionistic songwriting. I love that kind of songwriting. I mean, that's some of my favorite artists are those kinds of songwriters.
Yeah.
But I have no clue how they do it. Like, it's just not me. It's just not me. You know, I'd have to like co-write with some of them for a while to figure out like how does their brain think, because I'm just a storyteller basically.
Awesome.
You know, and I'm trying to write songs that sound like a jazz standard. And if you look at jazz standards and you listen to that music, like, you know, those songs like Somewhere Over the Rainbow, that song has only like 60 words in it.
Yes.
You know, like that don't get like, that's not counting the repeats, of course, but like that's not a lot of words to tell a whole, like to really punch somebody in the gut.
Right.
So
It
it's
does.
like, and that song punches you in the gut. So like, that's an amazing song. So that's what I'm trying to do. So it's really like, I don't have a lot of words to work with, you
Yeah.
know,
I just heard the Patti LaBelle version, like for the first time somehow.
word.
Whew, like the chills. I
Well, Patti
I-
LaBelle's amazing. I mean, come on.
Yes.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I never heard that one. And
Hey,
it just shook me.
Have you guys ever had my friend Justin Faulkner on this? He's a Philly native.
I'm taking his name
No.
down. We're
Yeah.
gonna look him up. I'll tell you
He's
that.
Oh man, he's a virtuoso drummer. He's incredible. He and I played together when he was like just starting out. He joined my band for a while, and we played at the World Cafe tons, a lot.
Yeah, it's a great
He's
place.
amazing. You guys got to get him on this show. He's like probably
Absolutely.
right around the corner from you. I'm gonna send him a message and get him on there.
Okay,
Oh,
and we'll
thank you so much.
we'll bring you both. And I always
Yeah.
mention this. I always mention this to our guests. Me and a couple of friends of mine are opening a local brewery. We're gonna have a nice stage. We would love to bring in acts, and I'd love to invite you and maybe Justin come on out. We
Justin will-
love it.
Justin and I are there.
I like it. I love it a
You're
lot.
there.
Right in the
Good for you,
Northeast,
man.
kind of.
Good for you, opening a brewery. That's you're diving in the deep end.
Yeah, a little scary. As long as I don't touch what I make and keep it to the public, I'll be. I'm a fan. But and one of the things in creating this, like, and you know, being an artist, you create it. You're really letting yourself out there. But a lot of the ideas are, all right, let's make great beer.
Mm-hmm.
Let's build people together. But I know some of the local breweries love doing great music, and that's what we want to do. We want to have great artists come in. A lot of them, they've come on the show, say, yeah, you give me a date, I'll show up. To get somebody like you just out of town, well, out of town now, but a former
Yeah.
local with your great songs, power, bring it to the stage. Stuff like that is what I'm all about. That's what we do here. When me and Jewel first got together, she said, I want to do music, whether it's local talent or any kind of talent. I want music, and we do a lot of music here. We love it. We're big
That's-
music fans.
That's so great. That's so awesome. Yeah. And what are you up to, Jewel? He's working on a brewery. What are you doing?
Oh, you know, my little one keeps me busy. So
Oh, well, that's the
it's
most
sports
important
time.
job.
Yeah, I
That's-
try to put her in all the sports, so you know what that's like.
There you go. There you go. And hey, having a little one is the most important job in the world. So
Yes.
good on you.
Yeah.
My
thanks.
my wife knows all about that. She raises the biggest little child here.
Nice. That's awesome.
It's terrific.
And
So
how
what-
was the pandemic for you guys?
This saved us. This has
Yeah.
just been so great to first of all check in with all of our past guests because we're going on our 5th year, and we just wanted to know. It hit all of our music friends so hard. So yeah, just checking in with them and hearing them play. even through this site has been
Oh,
great.
yeah.
It's
Amazing.
definitely been a highlight. But yeah, we're just
Yeah.
trying to hang in, right, Jeff?
Yeah, we've had great things. We've got a lot of emails and messages from people like, look, I didn't know what to do with myself. This really saved me because there was no new TV shows. There was no sports. And people were like, look, just coming on, watching you and Jewel be silly, watching your great guests, like it's really saved us. And that meant a lot to me. Like, yeah, I love doing this and I love the guests. And I love being and saying outrageous things and talking about topics, but I also love doing it for people, as you can appreciate, Kate, I'm sure.
Mhm.
When people show an appreciation for your art, it gives you momentum to just keep on going and stronger. And
For sure.
unfortunately for me, a little more outrageous, but
Yeah, I remember I have a little story about that. So in like that year and a half when I was taking care of my mom and living at home, and it was literally like just taking her to the hospital, getting chemo, sitting in the chemo suite for like 6 hours at a time while she got her infusion, cooking her dinner. It was grim. It was grim. And you just feel so funny because like I hadn't picked up the guitar, and I'm seeing my friends are like rocketing to stardom and being nominated for Grammys and doing amazing thing, and I was so proud of them. But it's truly in the depths of it, I didn't really know. Like I wasn't like, I'm making a record out of this. Like
yeah,
it
sure.
was at that time, it was pretty dark, and I didn't know if I'd end up playing music on the other side of it. First of all, I didn't know how long she'd live, and or not live, and I just didn't know what it would look like. And I remember I have a newsletter, which you guys should sign up to, everyone listening, because it's awesome. It's an email newsletter. It's called The Short and the Sweet, and I send it every 2 weeks, so it's not like I don't, flood your inbox, and it's just like cool things, interesting music, interesting ideas, whatever I find cool and interesting in the world. Anyway, I've had it forever. I mean, I've had it since like before the internet, basically, because I'm that old. And there's like a lot of people on there that have like stayed on it for 20 years.
Wow.
And out of the blue, I get this email one day, and I wasn't really sending it at that time. Like occasionally, like once every 3 months, maybe I'd send it. I got an email from a person. She's like, I've never reached out to you, because I always, in my email, I always say like, hit reply and say hi. Like I read everything. I try to reply to everything. She said, I've never replied before, but I've been on your mailing list since I lived in Canada for a while. Long story, different life. She's like, ever since you were, since Canada, and like, I just have to tell you how amazing this newsletter is and your music, and and I just wrote her back like immediately. And I was like, thank you so much for saying that, because like, I don't even recognize myself anymore. I literally don't know who I am. I mean, all I'm doing is like chauffeuring a very ill person around and trying to love them as best as I can. But in terms of me and who I am, I don't know that girl anymore. And so it was like just at that moment, she sent like that little like thing, like, oh yeah, I'm the person who like does that, and it was like just it was just like enough to get me through the next like round of terrible news, So it's true.
When did your life coaching start? Was it around that time?
Yeah, I had hired a life coach for myself in 2010, which was just before my mom got sick, kind of fortuitously, weirdly, like the universe served that up to me. And so, yeah, I started working with him. His name is John Morgan. He's amazing. I still work with him. And, it was kind of through working with him and him helping me through things in my life that I realized that's kind of work that I'd like to do, and that I kind of already was doing for a lot of people in my life. And so it started around then. I certainly started exploring it as an option of something to do, something I wanted to pursue. And then it got more serious after my mom died, and I had more time in my life, frankly,
Sure.
to talk to other people and help them make change in their life.
Yeah. With like everything and so many people going through loss, what would be just a snippet of advice that you would give to someone who is at that low point right now?
Sure. Well, first piece of advice I'd give you is go check out my TEDx talk, which I did in Westchester, PA.
Yeah.
Good old Westchester, PA.
Yes.
The Westchester TEDx crew is amazing. They invited me to come and to do a TED talk in 2017 before the record was even done. So you can find it. Just TEDx Kate Shutt, you'll find it. It's called A Grief Casserole, is what it's called. So I give 3 pieces of advice in that, and I'm not going to give them away, but I'm not going to give them away. But the one piece of advice I would give, if you know someone who's going through a tough time, whatever it is, loss of any kind, could be loss of a job, could be, loss of a pet. I saw your cat jump up there,
Yeah.
could be loss of, someone in their family's dying or has a life-limiting illness, reach out, send a text. We tend to overthink, like, I don't want to bother them. I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to, no, just reach out, send a text and say, Bob, I'm thinking of, I have a friend who just lost his father's first like big death in his family. Chris, I'm thinking about you. I'm so sorry. I can't imagine how this feels, 1 month with your dad gone. Sending you so much love. Kate, no need to reply. That's all you need to say.
Yeah, that's great.
And if you put no need to reply, it takes all the burden off the person who's feeling the loss, because, we want to talk. Like when my mom died, I got so many messages and I wanted to acknowledge everybody, but I was just so distraught and busy and overwhelmed. And so when you let them off the hook, when you say no need to reply, it's like a gift from the heaven,
Wow.
So just keep it short. Just be like, sometimes I just set an alarm for every week and text him and be like, thinking of you, buddy, heart emoji, no need to reply. And that he knows then that I'm still with him. And the pro tip on all of this is everybody's there the first week after someone dies. Everybody's there the second week. No one's there the second month.
Yeah.
No one's there when you have your first birthday without that person. No one's there when you have your first holiday without that person. So that's almost the time to show up, because
Absolutely.
that's the hard time. That's when there's like not that many people around. And if you can remember, like it was just my friend's first birthday without his dad. And I just texted him that morning and was like, man, I hear you. I feel for you. It's so hard. I can't imagine what it's like for you.
Yeah.
Because it's different from mine. So it's different from losing a mom. I'm not a son. I didn't lose my father. I don't know what that's like. So I'm thinking about you. I can't imagine what it must be like going through your first birthday without your dad. Love you. No need to reply.
That's amazing. Anybody that watches, as I said, live or the replay, take that in, because I, have lost both parents, and a lot of people reach out. Some people give you the paragraph, Kate, and like I said, you're like, wow, like now what? you know?
Right.
And some people just give you that, hey, I don't know what to say. I haven't been there.
Right.
But I'm sorry. And, it doesn't have to be long. And
Mm-mm.
some people, again, people grieve different. I've had some people say, oh, leave me alone. I get it. Stop messing me. But you know what? I always enjoyed it. I enjoyed people coming in. But like I said, there's no need for a novel. Just say, hey,
No.
man, hope you're
Thinking
doing all
of you.
right. Yeah. And I get a lot now with my wife. A lot of people reach out to her or say, hey, just tell your wife I'm here thinking, hope everything's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Little words. It goes a long way. I mean, I
Yeah.
know we're all so quick to get on social media and pump our fingers for nonsense. Pump for a little bit of good. Just say those few little words.
Yeah. And I love that no need to reply. And the
Yeah, I'm getting a
reminder,
little emotional.
because
Not gonna lie.
no, I was going to take it, but yeah, it's just and you have to remind yourself sometimes to be there for people, because
For sure.
we do get caught up, and
Life is busy for all of us. We're all busy.
for sure
Hmm.
we are busy.
I see.
She likes to make her way in. She's going to host the show someday. When Jewel and I get to be told, it's going to be my nephew and her daughter, and they're going to be
Perfect.
just sitting right in our seats. Doing
Keep
it
it
the way we
going.
do it.
Keep it going.
Look, she's got her Phillies on too. So,
Woo! Hi. It's awesome.
Amazing young lady. So, I mean, this is, I can't really, again, I will say it again, I can't thank you enough for hanging in with us. I
yes.
seen you watch, I seen you backstage. I messaged Joel. I'm like, I think we messed up with Kate. What do we do? He says, let me try getting her people. And then you side messaged and said, what do you want me to do? I'm like, hey, hang out. We would love to talk.
I'm
I said,
chilling.
yeah, that's great. We love it. And Joel always prepares. He said, look, I got everything to talk about with Kate and Wildfire. And people like 4 months down the line, Joel's got
We're good. We're good.
like that. We really appreciate it. And I'm serious. I mean, let's connect through social media. And if you ever find yourself
sure.
in town,
Definitely. I'll get Justin and we'll come play. We'd love to.
I would love it. And we're going to find him. And I want to talk to him, bring him on the show.
Yeah, Justin Faulkner.
Yeah.
He's a drummer. Do I have my phone here? I could even look it up. I mean, heck, we're looking at baby dolls and everything else. Let me look him up. But baby dolls and cats.
Right.
His social media handle is.
A dog came close. He ran away.
This is how much I love the Philly. Gotta get the Philly love in here.
Absolutely.
Justin Faulkner, FAULKNER official. That's his handle on Justin Faulkner and official. So reach out to him. Tell him I sent you.
I will, because there's actually a lot of Justin Faulkners. Man.
Yeah, Justin Faulkner official. He's a drummer.
Awesome. Yeah, we
get him on your show. He's your peeps.
We would love that. We love our locals, but we love everybody all around the world, from the independents to the big times to you name it. We're here for it. We absolutely love it. And I can't thank you enough, Kate, like I said, for hanging in with us, watching us, probably thinking, man, this guy and his big mouth is horrible. This poor pretty girl stuck with this fella here.
Hey, we learned to roll with it. You know, life has changed. If you haven't learned that lesson yet, you're in for a lot of suffering.
Amen to that. And of course, all the handles down the bottom: www.kateshutt.com, Facebook at Kate Shutt Music, Instagram Kate Shutt as well. Check her out, and not only so much for the music, but for the inspiration behind it. Yeah,
we lost my picture.
Yeah, we did.
My camera died. My battery died. I've been waiting too long. That's it. That was the casualty.
But and we'd also love to have you back if we can, because we had a great time, and I love this. I love inspirational artists who have a message, not only with the voice and the lyrics, but also just the spiritual message. Is terrific.
Yeah, love you guys. Be well.
Love you too, Kate.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Have a great night.
Bye.
That was right. That was absolutely an amazing.
What a comeback.
Plus, I know, right? A great hour plus. Like, we disastered in the beginning. Speakers bad internet connections, and we ended up with 2 home run hitting guests, Wildfire and Kate Shutt. Sure, we've never done this before. We never did back-to-backs like that, leading right in. I feel like Jimmy Fallon.
I know. Well, the last time we did was the Bucks County Food Drive.
Yes. Oh man, but that's right. It was good practice for what had happened here today.
Yeah.
And then we did it. We had one time with before video days with Madeline Zima and I believe Tony Chen, if I remember correctly.
And then Aaron Paul, and he brought in Dr. Dre.
Right, unexpected. Like
crazy.
We do a great little thing here, and I know we get silly, and I say all kind of wild adjectives about you in the early on, but man, you really are. You are the co-hostess with the mostest and the sister from another mister. And who else? I love it.
Attention.
Not really sure you're expecting it in your eyes. That's like the greatest delivery.
Do they come in?
Yeah, give it.
Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and make sure to check out my channel, Josephine Well.
Woo!
And coming soon, I'm gonna have my own game.
Goggles line.
Video station.
Video station.
Wow.
Where I'm gonna film all my videos and please post my videos.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're redoing her room, so we're trying to.
It's gonna be a kawaii room. I already have my new shelf installed.
Your mom is
Big
terrified.
time.
Yeah.
Big
And
time.
I also got potential.
We see that.
I also have. Mine don't seem as sturdy.
Get ready
Coming-
for bed, crazy.
Coming soon, the Joey Tatey Show. Check local listings for times. One awesome woman. You do a terrific job, Joel. So I know, when Kate asks what you're doing with yourself, you're like, I'm the mother of a youngster. That's a lot of work, and it's a tough job. You do it great, and I admire parents all around. It's tough, especially now. There's a lot of how do I say, impressionable things out there. A lot with like social media and TV and all that, and
Yeah, it's tough to navigate. I had to take away YouTube for the longest time until I like filtered down, and
yeah,
even YouTube Kids wasn't safe. I was like, where can I go? And then I started to get freaked out about the internet as a whole. And she like had a phone and then she didn't have a phone. So, where do we
Yeah,
go? It's so
exactly.
tough.
And that was part of the thing the other day when the big social media shutdown came, and everybody's like, oh, and all the rumors were flying around what was happening. But the one thing they had mentioned is stuff like TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, how it makes, younger girls see this life of, oh, all you have to do is try to be sexy and millions of people will follow you. And they said it's not really the message that kids need to learn. The kids need to learn to be themselves and be confident and be intelligent and brave. And like, see, your daughter's an athlete, stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff you can be known for. You see it tonight with both Wildfire and Kate. Now, Wildfire, they're younger girls, pretty girls, and Kate's an athlete, and they're wonderful women, but they're also extremely talented artists, and that's what you should be known. Be known for your art, not for
Yeah, and they're doing it the right way. We've had a lot of younger girls on here, and the way they navigate social media is the right way to do it. But what comes along with that, like they said, like it comes with the territory, all the creepos and all the stuff you have to deal with. So you still have to go through that, and it makes you very afraid, but
Sure.
you have to deal with it, and you have to be aware and on guard and everything like that. So I couldn't imagine growing up right now. Like, it's just so crazy.
Agreed.
And with Facebook, the only reason I had a complaint with yesterday was because I left my phone at home. So I had no phone, no way to communicate with anyone. Because if I
Right.
don't message you, like text you, I message you through Facebook usually.
Right.
So I was at a loss. I was like, I don't know. I have to use a landline and like remember people's numbers. I was just in
Well,
shambles.
Be known for substance integrity. And that's a great response as well, Chris. And I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. There is a proper channel to be a YouTube influencer, etc. We had Brianna Dale on the show, and we laughed, and her stories were great. She's a very intelligent marketer, businesswoman. She does very well for herself. And yeah, she's sexy, but I mean, that's not the only thing she's all about, and people get to learn that. And that's why I wanted to have her on. And it's funny, I never really got invited to do an interview or a podcast. I said, I want to get the in-depth story. Like, I want to know what you're all about, and talk about the job and talk about modeling. And she came on, and I, of course, got ridiculous with my alcohol intake. But there's a lot of intelligence out there that goes beyond just looking at. Like, I know all you women tune in to see the sexy face. I get it. I'm great looking. But there's more to me. There's silly comments and great top 5 lists, etc.
I know I can't do words right, but hey, I love music. That's why I'm here.
I think you do words terrifically. You're, and honestly, like in the beginning with your interviewing, you've always said, like, oh, I'm so nervous. I think I said things wrong. Your delivery's terrific. And I mean, while I was trying to shuffle through Kate and stuff in the comments, you handled Wildfire like gold. You just took over. You kind of seen the situation where, like, all right, Jeff's trying to juggle both of these. I'll just take over. And you did amazing. And that's what we do for each other.
It really helped seeing you, though, because when I couldn't see you before, when it was just audio, it was really tough. So we take visual cues and everything. But before, we were like, and go. And you go. And I go.
Right. Your turn. Now we kind of know, you kind of see the mouth. Sometimes I talk over you and I get excited about questions and vice versa. But, it works pretty good. I love it, baby doll. We haven't had a guest yet that's like, all right, Toby is one of these needs to shut up. All right, so as we get a little later in the program, and Jewel has appeared into a Frozen, go figure, on technical difficulty night right here on the O Show. Give her a few seconds because we're going to do Let's Argue. And I want all my Philly people to do Let's Argue because we did it Philly style tonight. And somebody sent me this great thing about tasty cakes. We're going to Let's Argue about tasty cakes, Philly style. And Jewel is stuck, almost looked like she's just bitten to a lemon with that face that's on the screen there. But for you Philly people, tasty cake is the Let's Argue subject tonight. 1 sec. I'll give you 2 secs. Whoops. That doesn't sound right at all. 1 sec. Okay. So in the meanwhile, while Jewel reshuffles herself and comes back, I will give you the photo for tonight's Let's Argue. Stacy cake. Oh, little that picture came out. Anyway, we have coffee cake. Oh, we got Jewel Tatey as well. Kind of. There she is. Hi.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's all the excitement of this doubleheader we did tonight. So we're into Let's Argue. We have coffee cake. We have pies. We have the candy cakes. I know this picture is so small. Cream-filled chocolate cupcakes, butterscotch cream fits, chocolate juniors, donuts, and of course, coconut juniors. Jewel, as always, we start off with you. Out of this list, what is your tasty cake of choice?
Well, it has to be my go-to. I think it was yours too, but just the regular old crimpet butterscotch, please and thank you. I do like the cream filled too, but gotta go with the regular.
They also had somebody else mentioned it. I think it was strawberry filled or jelly filled of some sort.
No.
I didn't mind them. I ate them as a kid, but now, like I said, I mean, and everyone's like, "Oh, tasty cake's it's not made of real ingredients anymore," and blah blah blah. But I still like a nice crimpet. It's not like back in the day they were made fresh with milk and butter and all that, and they had them limited, and that's why they're only in PA. Now they're branching out. They're made with a little more artificial things to keep them alive, but coconut cream pie. But then there's crimpets and candy cakes. Candy cakes, I like the peanut butter ones. I also like those old school chocolate ones with the cream and then the chocolate cookie. Oh.
Yeah, that's Joey's. I'll buy candy cakes because I won't eat them and Joey will. But my dad always has crimpets and I have to stay away. Now, what's the proper way to open a crimpet? Let's do that.
Proper to the package or the actual crimpet?
The crimpet. You gotta rub the frosting on the table, right? And then you open it because the frosting doesn't get stuck.
Wow, is that how it?
You never did that?
No, and I'm not being funny.
You flip over it, rub the frosting on a solid surface, and then you open it, and it won't get stuck.
I need to know that.
That's the trick.
And I'm always picking it off the edge, and you got to have.
No, I need all that frosting.
Wow, I love the frosting. Yeah, I need some now. I got enough junk in this. I got yelled at for all the junk I'm bringing to my house. But let's see what the audience said. I was happy with some of you. Tasty Cakes Donuts got a 0. I buy that. I buy that completely.
I do like the what are they? The little package. Is that the toasted coconut? They're good. Little donut.
I don't like coconut anything though, I guess.
Joey has a strawberry pack in there somewhere. I won't eat that though. That's why I just get her snacks, so I won't eat that. I won't be tempted.
I can't do that. My buddy Christian comes over every Sunday now and watches football. We have so many snacks. I bought a box of Slim Jims. There's 5 different bags of potato chips up there. There's candy. There's all kind of stuff. And she's like, "What are you doing? You guys are trying to make me huge."
I swear I had a party. It was the first party I've ever had in this place. And my sister brought over so much stuff. All this cakes and goodies. I'm like, get this out of here. I just took it all to my parents today because I'm like, oh my God, I can't have all these cupcakes and donuts. I'm trying to be good.
Yes,
got to fit into that Halloween costume.
That's right. Coconut Junior was next. Coconut. I
don't know if I've ever had that.
Me neither. And I don't plan on it. I just don't like the taste of coconut.
Too much cake.
Now, a couple of people said pies, and everybody said pies didn't really specify a flavor.
I'm not a fan of their pies.
Me neither. I can eat an occasional apple pie. It's got to be microwaved. I
Mm,
like it hot, but I can do without their pies.
yeah. I know they have a pumpkin one too, but it's not
Mm.
like my pumpkin pie.
Ain't nothing like your pumpkin pie. We talked about your pumpkin pie on 2.0, and here's the thing. We're actually going to try maybe doing a contest because Angela makes it. She claims she makes an amazing sweet potato pie.
Oh,
And I told her I
that's
can't eat
different.
it. Right, I told her I said I can't eat that. I said I barely eat pumpkin pie, but Jules was just that good. I was actually like, fighting off her dad because her dad stayed over, and I'm like fighting him off with the fork for the last piece. It was that great.
Oh, I gotta make you guys too. Well, I'll
That'd be
make one
fun.
for Cassie's dad.
There
I'll
you
make
go.
one for Angela.
So Angela said, we'll do sweet potato pie and pumpkin pie. Sorry, I can't eat sweet potato pie.
Hey, you. I've never had that either. I don't know. I'm
Too
leery
good.
on sweet potatoes. Like I know they're good for you, but like it's a lot to eat them
Yeah,
too
like
much.
like Wawa has brought back the gobbler, of
Oh.
course.
You know what? They say that, but I haven't seen it. I clicked on it. I was like, yes.
Really?
No.
Oh,
Where are you?
I did it twice for Cassie. She likes the gobbler bowl, and what you
Ugh.
do is you get the mashed potato and stuffing on the bottom, and then you get the cranberry, and then you get the turkey. But they offer sweet potato mash. Like, ugh, no, you're frozen. I thought she was listening, and she's not even here. Okay. Technical difficulties. I love the internet, ladies and gentlemen. Next, one of my favorites, even though it's greasy and really messy, is the chocolate junior. I like a chocolate junior, but when you take it out of the pack, it's so greasy, like oily, like nasty. 2-pack of coffee cakes is next. Tasty Cake coffee cakes. Not a big fan. The top two brought on quite a battle, and I'm a little disappointed by the end. I am, but I'm not. Because second with 16 votes was Butterscotch Crimpets. And we talked about it, and Jewel, for all you who are paying attention, Jewel taught you how to make sure all the icing stays on or frosting. You rub it on a flat surface, then you peel it open. I'm doing that from now on. Sounds delicious. And number one, of course, is the candy cakes. Now there's peanut butter. You also have the chocolate candy cakes. I took it for granted it was the peanut butter. That's the one in the picture. So we'll go with peanut butter candy cakes as our winner. And that is tonight's Let's Argue. Remember, you can catch Let's Argue on my page every Monday. I post something different, and we all talk about it and bullshit about it and argue about it. But that's the fun of it. Yeah, I'm going to try that trick. Chris, I'm all about that trick. Like, I want to try it now. I'm very excited because I love digging the icing off, but I like the icing better on the crimpet. And if it's not there, it's kind of a waste. You're just eating dough. All right. While we wait for Jewel, we're going to do Man Cave scores. As you know, I am a gigantic child, so I do collect, as you see, many items, collectible toys, figures of all natures. I absolutely love them. But I wanted to share a couple tonight that I bought a while back. And the new line came out this year. And I bought them all because I don't have all from the year before. But it is Funko Pop. And Funko Pop did dedicate breast cancer awareness to some of the superheroes. This is a Batman. It's a pink Batman. It is, as I said, their breast cancer awareness series, as you see there on the back. And I also scored a Harley Quinn. This is last year's models. There's 5 new ones from this year. I got them all. They're all mostly the female heroes or villains, if you will. Great calls. You buy them. They're great looking figures. They come pink. My new ones for Breast Cancer Awareness Month will be here probably within a week. And like I said, man, take a second or two, take a little time to give a donation. Like I said, we showed the details for my wife's party we're having for her benefits / Halloween party. If you're close to us, you know us, you want to come out, great. If you just want to make a donation, great. It's all about support. I'm wearing my pink for her tonight, my pink wristband as I always do. You don't really know until it hits you what it's all about. So make sure you give, even if it's just support, give support. We're fine with that. And speaking of which, also giving, Loso Brewing Company, of course, my beer company, we are going to be at the Pints in the Park this weekend. It's in Warminster this year. It is run by the cancer support community. It is a great day of breweries, music, food, alcohol, all that. So check it out. If you're a fan of Loso Brewing on Facebook, get there, or on Instagram, Loso Brewing. You'll see the ad for Pints in the Park, and it's always a great day. Tickets are on sale now. Like I said, the event goes off Saturday. Make sure you get your tickets. There also is tickets for designated drivers. If you need a driver to come with you, there's tickets for that as well. It's a great cause and just a great afternoon. Like I said, Loso Brewing Company. We'll be there with our beer. So try it out. Check us out. Get yourself a ticket. Say hello. Tickets are definitely worth it. The cause is definitely worth it. So my wife and her friends will be there. Myself, my partners from Loso Brewing will be there with samples and giveaways, and it's always a great time. I will type it out again just in case. And you can find it again. It's Pints in the Park. It's in Warminster this year, folks. So come on down and check it out. I ran out of banner space. Unbelievable. Anyway, Pints in the Park. Check out my page. Check out Loso Brewing Company on Facebook and on Instagram, or www.losobrewingcompany.com to get the details. And we're going to have these great koozies available for giveaway. It's our thing on the front. Now, the back of this one, this is the Hazy Dragon beer, but the back of the ones we're bringing are going to have the Pints in the Park logo on it. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great time. So come on out. Check it out. Definitely worth your while. We love it. We love the support. We love our beer drinking friends and fans. We love our Show people, and it's been great. I know we're a little sluggish in the beginning. We get our technical difficulties, but Jewel and I love sitting here, meeting our guests, sharing the comments from our great fans that have been watching of late. So we thank you for that. A couple quick Man Cave scores to close me out. I just got this one today directly from Funko, and it is Carnage from the brand new Venom movie, Venom Let There Be Carnage. Look at that. That's intense. I'm such a fan. I'm out of room, so if anybody knows how to build shelves, feel free to come over, drop me a message, come over, build me some shelves for my Funko Pops. Any wrestling fans also scored this awesome AEW Kenny Omega figure. My man Kenny Omega, formerly of New Japan, now of AEW, Kenny Omega, for your wrestling fans out there. And last but not least, one that I've tried for a while. The value went way up. It was hard to get, but I finally landed one. Thank you to my good friend and Funko Pop extraordinaire hunter, Mr. Christian Rupert. It's still all wrapped up, but it is Blacklight Captain America. I don't know if you see him on the bubble wrap. Probably can't. But Blacklight Captain America is finally in my possession. And speaking of Funko Pops, in a couple weeks, on our Wednesday Night Yo 2.0, he is a great heel. He is so excellent. He's a great wrestler. He's great on the mic. Love him. I just love the AEW family. I don't get to watch this as much because it's usually on like during share nights, but I love the product. A little more, I'm trying to think of the word I'm looking for. A little more realistic and better storyline than WWE. WWE storylines become so overblown. But AEW is a little more like, hey, these wrestlers are doing this. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. It's really great. So I love that. Yes, that's Man Cave scores for tonight. Some good, fun stuff. And next week, I got a lot of stuff coming in directly from Funko. I'll share it here. Like I said, we do the breast cancer awareness thing. They say they donate a little portion to breast cancer. So Jewel has been bounced. They won't let her back in. Terrible. Jewel Tatey, of course. So thank you to Jewel for her amazing work as always. Huge thanks to the ladies from Wildfire. Check them out, of course. www.wildfiresings.com. Huge thanks to Kate Shutt for hanging out with us. She watched part of the show backstage, came back in for the next part. www.kateshutt.com. Check out those great websites. Check out their music. Two super talented groups. Wildfire, of course, two younger girls in the country scene. Kate, of course, doing the bluesy kind of sound, and it's just great. Two tremendous artists. We appreciate everybody checking out tonight. quick topics. Let's hit some quick topics because we had some, and I always like to hit the topics, even without Jewel. 'Cause I don't know if anybody knows, but Britney Spears is out there on Instagram with naked pics, bare butt pics. Um, it's the new freedom. And then you're reading today she's probably never going to perform again. Well, hey, if she doesn't perform again, that's for her own mental health and safety. But I think the naked pics are going a little too far. You should put little flowers over her boobs and all. Naked pics of Britney Spears. We're all fans of that. The always maturing Axl Rose, who used to be a big jerk, Axl Rose, who's now actually a great guy. He came out, the latest Guns N' Roses tour, which just ended. Axl came out and thanked all his fans, thanked everybody for support, thanked for everybody for being cautious and kind of following the guidelines, if you will, and being careful. So we appreciate that. And I'm a massive, as you know, Guns N' Roses fan. When I'm up, you ain't never up. But I got your comment up there, Burley, ladies and gentlemen, Mario Burley. I'm going to tell you what to do. Instead of coming on like they actually talk like this, first we're going to just have you comment and share your picks of the week. And then if you get on a hot streak, we'll bring you on. Great stuff. Great stuff. We love it. Tomorrow night, Yo 2.0 is back. I don't have enough time in the day, so I keep doing more shows, but I love it. Tomorrow night, we have a great Yo 2.0. We're going to be joined by one of my very favorite people, an awesome dude who comes on every year and does hockey preview. Of course, that's Mark Zamaro. So Mark's going to be on again tomorrow. He's going to do a hockey preview for us. Last 2 years in a row, he's said the Stanley Cup winner on this program. So we're going to see if he can do it tomorrow night. We're going to bring Mark on, and we're also going to be joined by filmmaker David Rosenberg. So that should be very good. Mark's going to take the guest host seat. We're going to talk a little hockey. We're going to talk a lot of hockey, and I'm not going to fool you there. We're going to talk a lot of hockey, and we're going to see who Mark predicts this year to win the Stanley Cup. A little different this year. Mark's a new dad, so we said I need to watch the timeline around, get my son ready for bed, etc. But October 6th, that is tomorrow night. Filmmaker David Rosenberg will be here. Mark Zamaro is doing our NHL hockey preview tomorrow. Very excited for that. October 13th, as I mentioned, is another Yo 2.0 Wednesday night. The world record holder for the most Funko Pops, Paul Scardino, is going to be our very special guest on the program. And I got a very special guest co-host coming on as well. She's a big Funko Pop fan herself, and she also has her own Twitch channel. She's a video gamer, and you'll get to meet her, JoJo. She's going to be on with us that night. JoJo, if you're out there, love you. Can't wait to have you on the program. October 20th, of course, another Wednesday night. It is from Edge of Paradise, the awesome singer Margarita Monet. I booked this a few months ago. I am so stoked to talk to her. And a tremendous singer from an awesome band. She's going to be on our program on the 20th. Angela Marie will take the spot again as guest co-host on 2.0. October 26th is our Halloween show. Me and Jewel are going to be joined by a great horror movie actress, the one and only Lydia Manson will be our special guest. Lydia's got her own podcast out now, and she promised me a great costume. Now tell me what it is going to be. A total surprise. Jewel and I, of course, will come out with something in the costume family as well. We can't wait for that because I absolutely love when Lydia comes on. I actually love when we do the Halloween. I asked Lydia, I'm like, can you do me a favor? Can you come on for Halloween? Can you do the Halloween show? And can you make sure you're here with Joel? And she said, absolutely. So that is going to be coming up in a few weeks right here on the Yo Show. It is time to take us out. It's 10 o'clock. A massive thanks once again to just some terrific people tonight. Kate Shutt, the girls from Wildfire, Jewel Tatey, all our great audience that checked it out. We thank each and every one of you. We will be back tomorrow night. Yo 2.0, Mark Zamaro and filmmaker David Rosenberg. Make sure you check us out. Same time, 8 o'clock. Music by St. Ricketts, as always. So come on in again and leave your comments again. We'll share them again. We do everything there. Kind of the same we do it here. A couple little twists. Looks like our theme song is sticking as well. I'll try and crank that out there. We're going to take you out with the music of St. Ricketts. What Fire Cannot Burn at www.saintricketts.com. Joel Tatey, Jeff the Shark Perini. Have a great night. Never mind, that didn't work. Did it work? I don't think it worked. Try it again. Volume's all the way down. Okay, now St. Ricketts, www.saintricketts.com. What Fire Cannot Burn. Have a good night.
Was it truly blessed if the taste of it poisoned deeper than you know? Kindly answer this. What's the point of it just to reach new heights of low? So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot burn. Wanted to embrace what it takes for it, pouring something to the world, willing to erase what I'd lose for it, to accept what I assume. So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot searching for something, destined for nothing, losing composure over and over. Truly blessed if the taste of it poison deeper than you know. Kindly answer this. Was the point of it just to reach new heights of love? So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot It's what fire cannot burn.